Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. Um, I would like to speak to you today about financial literacy and financial management. It can be seen to be a very big topic, but I think I'm going to break it down in a way in which it makes sense to students, as well as a little bit of tips for parents on how I believe it can be done, right? Um, So, if I may speak to the students today, imagine a world where you have complete control over your money, meaning your allowance, birthday gifts, part-time earnings, whatever it is, right? Um, Now, as you may have heard this term many, many times, with great power comes great responsibility, right? The Spider-Man, I think Uncle Ben said this to Peter Parker when he was young. So your roles today as students is to learn the value of money and to learn the value of what money can do, right? Money is not just cash. I think we need to remember that. Money is not just cash, and it's not just mere digits in a banking account or in a digital app, right? With money, you're able to achieve goals, you're able to purchase the latest gadgets if you like, and you may even be able to save for college in the future, right? But learning how to manage money at a young age would take you a long way, right? I would like to share with you a little bit about what I do at home. I've got two children. So I've got a 13-year-old boy and an 11-year-old girl. Now, ever since the both of them, when they turned 10, especially when my son turned 10, I taught him the value of money. And how do you teach a 10-year-old the value of money? Because whenever we go back home to Malaysia, where I'm from, or anywhere else in the world, he rushes to the toy stores and just takes anything and everything that he wants, right? But how do we teach him the value of money? And how I did it with him personally was, he earns money with the little chores he does at home. So for example, if he spends 3 times a week helping the mom wash the dishes, he earns X amount of money. If he helps me wash the car, he earns a certain amount of money. So the harder the task, the more money he earns. Same with my daughter as well. Now the money that they earn is kept for them. So when they go out with their friends, or they go shopping, or when we go traveling, they can use that money that they have earned to buy whatever they want to buy. Now, of course, teaching them things like this at such a young age was initially difficult, because from giving them everything that they wanted, now they had to earn, right? But over the years, they have learned that this is actually valuable, because now they realize that money is not just given to them as and when they need it, and as and when they want money, right? They have learned to be able to manage, know the value of money. So the first part, as I want to share with you, is learning the value of money. Now, the second part is, how do you manage funds? How do you manage funds as a teenager, as a student, right? Today, be it on the iOS platform or in Google, there are many budgeting expense apps that are available, and quite a number of them are actually free of charge. You can use those apps to put in place a certain amount of money that you would get at the start of the month or the start of the week, and how you can spend it over the whole week or the month, or even the course of the year. So with both my children, some of them, of course, are of the age of those that are here, but some of them, one of them is much younger, but they do know how to manage it, right? In the sense, they have been taught since young that it's not a given. You don't just get money as and when you want to, but you learn how to save, firstly, how to spend it wisely, and thirdly, how to be careful with it. Okay, so the first part, as I mentioned, was the value of money, knowing the value. The second one is knowing how to manage it. And the third one is consequence management. So what I mean by consequence management is sometimes when money is given to them over a period of, let's say, they're supposed to keep the money for a week or for a month, but they spend it within a day or 2 days, right? And when they ask, can I have more? The answer is no, right? And the answer is, well, you have to manage with what you have. You can't get more than that, right? And of course, that was initially tough. Why? Because of peer pressure, right? Their friends in school get a higher allowance than they get, or their friends in school get more money than they get. But I told them this, we taught them this lesson that is, you need to know what your priorities are, and you need to be careful with the money that you have. Right? You only spend it for things that really matter, right? The things that are really important to you. As a parent, teaching children about financial management is never easy. More so when we want to give our children everything that we didn't have. Well, at least I look at it in that sense. But we had to be really intentional in teaching them, like, this is what you need to do, and this is how you need to be careful with your money. As teenagers and as students, I urge you, firstly, to know how important it is to know the value of money, and secondly, to be careful how it is spent, right? And to always track your expenditure through an app or through any means that you have, to track it and to ensure that at the end of every month or the end of every week, you always have additional amounts of money and not finish all the money that you have, right? I do hope that as teenagers and as students today, you would embrace that, right? And know that financial literacy and financial management is key. And it's important that you start practicing that and start learning that at this age that you're in. With that, I thank you, and I hope you would enjoy the rest of this evening. Thank you.